But I don't think he actually did that badly.
Everyone was saying it was a close fight.
Well, I think he caught him with a similar punch in an earlier round, isn't it?
Doesn't have an effect.
Although it might be the rematch.
If you're going on like Figueroa's last 3 or 4 performances, D-Bang, great. I think he throws a lot of punches because he doesn't put a lot of power into them.
That's what slowed Ball down a bit towards the end. The audience reaction, people kicking off on them for what?
No, they shouldn't be throwing stuff in the ring, but you understand why.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to look at the events over the weekend with the headline act of Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa for the featherweight title, the WBA featherweight title that took place in Liverpool. A dramatic finish,
I'd say.
similar to the Usyk-Dubois knockout punch in a very close fight. But yeah, congrats to Brandon Figueroa. Epic performance. I think both fighters fought fantastically well. It was a really good... I mean, to be honest, there was quite a good few fights on that event. The Kane one we'll mention as well. But yeah, let's start with the main event. Your thoughts? I mean, disappointing result, obviously.
Yeah, disappointing
for
result
our boys losing.
But
I don't think he actually did that badly. I think he fought quite well. And I think both of them fought really well. And it's just one of those moments. And I think it's essentially a 50-50 fight, which is...
Was 50-50 fight and just got caught throwing a punch.
Yeah.
And in the 12th round, especially when you're exhausted. That had happened earlier in the fight. It doesn't have an effect.
Well, I think he caught him with a similar punch in an earlier round, isn't it? But it wasn't as clean, to be fair. But, you know, he sort of shrugged it off and carried on.
Exactly, I mean, that's what I mean. It doesn't,
did you see
doesn't have an effect.
Well, when he opened in the first round, the uppercut he caught Figueroa with was fantastic.
Yeah, it's a shame because it caught him in the throat more than the chin.
Well, on our thing, we had it like our poll on the channel. It was 62% for Nick Ball and 38% for Figueroa, which is quite close. I think the betting was a bit higher because he was 4-1 favorite.
Yeah, I think if you're going on like Figueroa's last 3 or 4 performances, D-Bang, great.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, and I was going off Figueroa's last few performances. We seem to forget he's a two-weight world champion.
Well, you seem to think, and I was trying to remember who he's fought, but then if you go back a bit further, he's had some good fights.
He's
only lost to Fulton, and you know Fulton's the back foot fighter.
Extremely good fighters,
and even they were close. And and other than that, he's actually not lost. And he's got a good chin, despite the fact they caught him in the throat. It was a damn good punch, and he took a few good punches.
He's got a good chin, fantastic engine.
The engine, I think you would have mentioned.
Doesn't throw a lot of power in his shots.
I think they're hard shots, but they're not. He doesn't load them up.
No,
he just throws.
He throws power shots to the body, but not to the head.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him.
I think that they had a little bit of effect on Ball as well. That's what slowed Ball down a bit towards the end.
I think his power shot. I think he throws a lot of punches because he doesn't put a lot of power into them.
Yeah.
But it was a proper to and fro.
Well, to give you the thing, isn't it? Like Ball isn't exactly shy of throwing. He had 567 total punches thrown. Figueroa was 757, which is like, it's a lot of punches. His output is, I mean, he's not as accurate.
No, he's nowhere near as accurate.
But he's just relentless. Keeps going. It's a bit like a Zepeda, isn't it? Where he just keeps going and pressure on.
He could,
and he can wear down.
He's weird, Figueroa, because I find he could make fights so easy using his height, but he ducks so low, and that wasn't just against Nick Ball.
He fights as a small fighter. Yeah, it's all his fights. I think we said it when we said it against Fulton, isn't it? And somebody else's fight we've done with him is he fights low, so he doesn't take advantage of his reach. Because the thing is, he started from a distance, and Ball was just picking him off. He just missed, and then the ball hit him. And then it's only when he actually got in the phone
Ball's
box.
hand speed's much quicker than this, and his footwork was. Ball's jab was fantastic. His 1-2s, he was catching him with that left, easy.
Well, to give you context on the jabs, he landed 117 to 37.
Yeah, his jab was fantastic. I'd like to see Nick Ball hold the centre of the ring a bit more. I think that was his downfall, is he was getting backed up too much.
Yeah, I think the pressure started to play, and I think the body shots a little bit were getting... That's where you think he put the power. Like you said, the face punches, they were going on the gloves anyway. I think Nick did well on blocking his defence on the facial shots, but the body shots got through.
Most of the stuff, to be honest.
Because despite him throwing loads of punches, that the actual landage percentages of most of Figueroa was between 20 and 30%. Where if you look at like balls were near enough 40 to...
That's why I had Nick Ball
50.
ahead in the fight.
I had it equal to 8th. 4-4, and then I had 9 and 10 for Figueroa, 11 for Ball, so it was 1 round ahead.
I had Nick Ball 2 rounds up going into the 12th.
You can see his scorecard either way.
I just thought the cleaner work was from Nick Ball, but you've got to give it to Figueroa.
The cleaner work, but there's a quantity from Figueroa, even though he's like lending less of as a percentage, he still landed a lot of because there's a lot of the hooks to the body in the thing, which is the punches he got through. Rather than, and Balls was more the clean jabs, but I think he needed to do a bit more combinations.
A bit,
but I think he was a bit
it was a really close fight.
Come back. Yeah,
and everyone had either Nick Ball up or Figueroa up, but everyone was saying it was a close fight.
Yeah,
Nick Ball's corner, super experienced guy, fantastic, but. And I know that talking nice and calm to him. But going into them championships rounds...
I think he needed a bit G'ing up.
Yeah.
I think they
were talking...
Well, if you see Figueroa's corner...
It was fantastic how calm they are and giving him direct instructions. But... And they're saying, you're winning the jab easy. It's a super, super close fight. Yeah, I had Nick Ball up. Well, but other people... I think... Spencer Oliver on TalkSport had Figueroa up. Paul Smith had them drawing. Carl Frampton had Nick Ball up. I think Gareth Davis had Figueroa up. So
it just depends which you prefer.
So I'm thinking in my head, you want to be saying...
we've had it 1 round each way, or whatever it is.
I'd be saying to Nick, you need to win these
championship rounds. Any fight, when it's a close fight, you know that, isn't it? Because they influence the result. Because that's why he was a little bit ahead. Because 9 and 10, I give it to him. I mean, 10 you could get swap, but then you could swap 11 either way. Isn't it? Because it depends if you like the power.
What you go for. Do you go for the quantity or the quality? Each judge is going to be different. I think 2 judges had Figueroa up, 1 judge had Nick Ball up.
It's a thing. But if you see to Figueroa's corner, he was like, mate, you need to get on it. Yeah. And he did, to be fair.
The Figueroa corner, I think a bit of complacency in Nick Ball's corner, thinking, you're the champion, you're at the home crowd.
Yeah.
You'll get this. You're not going to get it.
Yeah.
You've got to...
Well, no, but if you look at did you see the Kane fight? He got knocked down, right, in the 8th round or whatever it was. It was like they didn't give him the tactical because obviously they realised the man's knackered, he's nearly out. It was like, listen, it's your time.
Yeah,
if it's your time, you need to do something.
Sometimes trainers, you just have to take away all the...
No, because he was calm, but he was just like,
and
listen, Simon, it's your time now. You need to do your thing.
You take away that right, do the double
jab. And how did he come out?
You just go out there and say, look, smash his head in.
No, but he wasn't even that. He was just like, listen, mate, we're here now. If you're gonna do this, you got to do it now. So get it done. And you're thinking, that's what I think. Nick Ball needed a bit of that in those. Just say, look, you're the champion. You need to get it done. Make it so there's no,
But I'm not going to take anywhere. And it's like I say, his corner is second to none. His trainer's fantastic. It's just not what I'd have been. Come on, mate. Step on it a little bit, hold that centre of the ring.
Well, the thing is, he did come out 11th, he did take, and then it's just a 12th. I think they G'd up Figueroa again, and it was just one of those. He just caught with a punch. It could have gone either. You could see it going back.
He did well to get
because Figueroa did start the rounds better in those rounds. Even in the 11th, it's just then Ball brought it back. And in a lot of the rounds, you see Figueroa goes out faster because he just applies the pressure, and then Ball just adjusts a little bit, and then have the cleaner work. But yeah, I would have thought because they were a bit too you don't need tactics then, because the tactics were working. It was fine. It was just that you need that little bit of a boost, just to kick up the backside, say, come on, let's go. And Figueroa had it from his corner and did it, and then Ball didn't. It's a fantastic punch. It's just one of those. It's not like you can't even blame Ball. It's not like...
No, it's one of them.
It could have gone either way, and it's close.
Nick Ball, he'll come back from that. It's not like he got a beat down. Like I say, I think he was on hide into nothing, really, because...
There is one thing I think it should have been stopped when he got down, because it's dangerous afterwards. Because you could see there's too long left. If it was like in 2 minutes and there's 1 minute left, I would have stopped.
He's the champion. You
get up, but you could see he was just
crowd.
gone.
I think, he hasn't been... Like I say, I think he was on a bit of a hide into nothing. If he beats Figueroa easily, it's one of them, you were meant to.
Well, I don't think Figueroa going to be Figueroa easily, because Figueroa
he's not
a
massive name in the UK, Figueroa. Not a lot of, people...
Well, Ball would have got more kudos with like the American crowd and stuff, because the Figueroa is bigger. Obviously, he's Texan, so he's Mexican, Texican, whatever it is. But he's more famous over there. So you get a bit wider for the world audience. But yeah, in the UK, I think that's why a lot of people made him more favourite. And this is, if you actually look at Figueroa's resume and things, it's two-time world champion.
You bog standard,
we do know, but
your bog standard fan ain't going to know who Figueroa is.
Yeah.
That's why I mean he was on a bit of a hide into nothing. Interesting to see if there's a rematch clause, because it was mandatory.
It doesn't look like it, because Shushu Carrington's already called him out. And Turkey Al-Sheikh has said he wants them to be on the... Although it might be the rematch. He's called them for the...
Call them out all he wants. If there's a rematch clause, there's a rematch clause.
I think Turkey Al-Sheikh gets his way. Well, it might be that they want it in Mexico, because he's going to put on the... He wants it on the...
Texas, he wants it.
No, he said himself, Texco, Turkey Al-Sheikh, because it was on the ring, isn't it? They've released it this morning saying basically he wants them to be on the September 12th card in Riyadh when they have Mexico versus the world. So it could be the rematch on there, isn't it? Because obviously it's Mexico versus the world.
Like say,
even though he's Texican, but he's Mexican.
If there's a rematch clause, you've got to honour the rematch clause.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Well, there was nearly no output from the Nick Ball's corner, so we don't know what they're saying.
No,
so.
Obviously I think he's gone straight to hospital. That's why there was no view from them. You'll most probably hear from them over the next couple of days. And Frank Warren. If there isn't a rematch clause, Figueroa against Shushu.
I don't think they'll make that next. I think they'll try and get...
or Fulton Figueroa 3.
I don't think he's going to fight Fulton. I think...
As a fighter, if you wanted, like...
Yeah, if he wants to prove it, but I think it probably... You've got a mandatory in Mirko Coelho, who I think would have been...
That mandatory won't get called straight away, though.
Yeah. But it makes sense in the fight. If it's
I think he's allowed a voluntary first, and then he has to do the mandatory.
Yeah. But I think his saying is that they're going to do... well, if he's on the Riyadh card, then in that sort of fight makes sense, isn't it? Because it's Mexico versus the rest of the world or whatever it is. Shushu maybe, but then I think that's a main event. And obviously, if they're doing Mexico versus the world, Canelo's going to be the main fight.
We'll see. He's got a load of options now.
He was three-time world champion now, isn't he? So
Three-weight division,
yeah, is
hard to do.
Yeah. He's that's what I think a lot of people, like you said, UK fans didn't know who he was. Is underestimate him a lot. We did say he was like 50-50. I mean, to be fair, we did both have Ball to win by KO 8th round and 10th round. We were wrong, but I think that was being more slightly
no, that's
favouring our guy.
No, that's just going off Figueroa's last few performances, because he hasn't been.
Well, I didn't think he was going to get knocked out.
He has not
other
been
than
great
if you gas,
at all.
But he didn't gas.
But no, fair play to him.
A little bit the audience reaction and his team. Wasn't his team, it was the people around him a bit. I think was a bit out of order, because Figueroa has been classy and the team have been classy all the way through. They haven't really talked rubbish. Obviously, in an emotional point like that, even if it was the other way around, they would have celebrated.
I think there's an unwritten rule in boxing, isn't there? If your fighter's down and he's taking oxygen, you don't.
Well,
celebrate.
I don't think they've seen that. I think he was jump up, isn't it? Because they've only seen the first bit, and they weren't like.
I mean, you know,
he wasn't standing over them and giving them the.
I think once the crowd started booing and they realised it, they calmed it down and they apologised for it straight away. I understand it. Don't agree with it, but I understand it. You see,
I think the audience should have given them both of them because of the level of the fight, standing ovation. I don't agree with the booing because why?
No, but I
think
all the audience is seeing is their guys on an oxygen mask after just being brutally KO'd through the ropes, and
that's why I think it should be.
They're jumping around like lunatics
because he was gone basically.
So I do get it.
No, I get it, but I don't agree with it because usually it's like this. They've apologized for what? They didn't need to apologize. Neither Brandon Figueroa didn't do anything wrong. Neither his team didn't do anything wrong. They've jumped up and natural reaction. Then they've calmed down and been classy afterwards.
I think that's where you've just got to, your corner men have just got to look over.
Well, they did, but that's why they jump up and then they calm down because obviously it's the natural emotion of jumping in for their guy. They haven't looked at what's happening on the other side. They've stopped when they've been told. They've all calmed down, and then he's been really chilled, which is obviously for an emotional moment. You're keeping all that in. You can understand it from both sides, but yeah, I understand. Our guy's gone down, and you've got to be a bit thing. But for the level of fight and the finish and everything, and with respect for Nick Ball and Figueroa, I think they should have given him a round of applause afterwards, even if it's not in the first moment, but afterwards realise we're making a mistake here.
Problem is it's too late then.
Yeah, but it's what they should have done it anyway because it's more classy to do that than just to boo the person for no reason when he's done nothing wrong. He's not talked rubbish. I mean, if he was talking rubbish, if he's one of these who chats...
It's nothing to do with that. It's same when Dave Allen knocked out Johnny Fisher. First thing Dave Allen did was no stop. Calm down.
Yeah, but they knew...
Get the medics in.
Yeah, but then that was like you knew he was down, isn't it? This is more in the... they knocked him out, but he got up, didn't he?
I think, is you keep that ring clear to get the medics in for the fallen fighter. Maybe it's something that the boxing rules have to look at is you stop your cornermen coming in straight away. You understand why they reacted. You understand what they did, but there was room anyway because he was on the other side of the corner. They weren't blocking anything. They've jumped in and done it. But there's like people kicking off on them for what? He ain't done anything wrong. I don't agree with it. And then the audience throwing stuff in, that's out of order. That's not a valid reaction to something. They're out of order, and the thing is, it's ruined the fight, and you're going to stop other fights coming because if they look at it and go, "Wait a minute, this is happening," you're stopping fights coming to the area. Who's going to want to come if they go treated like that? It's just bad from every point of view, and there should have been the right reaction. Even if you got the first reaction, obviously it's going to be disappointment when your guy's knocked out. But then they should have realised the other guy's been classy. They've been classy. Give them we're wrong. Yeah, but then you can twist that. Their corner should be going, hold on, he's on oxygen. Let's just hold the celebration.
Yeah, but they didn't see it, did you? You can see it in the thing.
Yeah, but that's where I'm saying the cornermen should be looking over first and going.
It's a fight and it's boxing. That's what happens.
I've seen it loads of times where...
Yeah, but they were respectful afterwards. People
hold the respect and hold their celebrations just to make sure that the fight is all right first.
Yeah, but I don't... In this situation, I don't think it's right.
What's this? Why is this situation different to another situation?
It isn't because they didn't look at across the thing, isn't it? The natural reaction, and but people shouldn't be throwing stuff into the ring.
No, they shouldn't be throwing stuff in the ring. Yeah. But you understand why?
No, I can understand the reaction of like his corner guys going, "Look, calm down," which is what the guy. There was a guy with the thing saying like the doctor's thing or whatever it is. He went to him and said, like, "Look, calm down," and they did. Went in and said, "Look, he's injured. Calm down." They calmed. Then there's people kicking off and going round, which is, there's no, everybody's emotional. You got to understand theirs and do the other side. And then the audience were like silly for it, really, and throwing stuff in after, because that was a delayed throw in. That wasn't like the immediate reaction. They shouldn't be throwing stuff in anyway. And
no, you shouldn't be throwing stuff in.
And it ruins the atmosphere of the fight when it was a brilliant fight and a brilliant performance by both fighters. It should have been like, they should have given, even if it's not to Brandon, you should have given Nick Ball like a cheer and a thing. Just say, all right, you're injured, but you've done a fantastic performance, which he did.
Liverpool, innit, mate?
Yeah, but it's bad luck for Liverpool when it isn't really like that, is it?
They're not going to care whether it's bad.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to get the fighters coming, isn't it? Then it's...
You will.
It's nice to be biased and have the booing and the thingy, but they should have, at the end, respect the the performance. The guy's flown over, done the thing, come to the backyard and pulled off an amazing.
You say that, but then the Liverpool
result.
crowd also to say they should be respecting that he's injured and he shouldn't be celebrating just yet.
Yeah, but he didn't see that.
It
How do you know he's injured? He's knocked him out.
Doesn't matter though, does it?
So every fighter stops when they knock him out. Every fighter celebrates when they knock somebody out.
We'll
in a way, he doesn't go,
we'll agree
are
to
you
differ
okay,
on
mate?
that.
I've just destroyed you.
Yeah, but anyway, he doesn't jump around like a lunatic when he wins.
We didn't jump around a lunatic. He just jump up and the celebrate. He goes in the corner.
We'll
and
agree to
ball.
differ.
Shoo did it. Everybody does it. It's out of order. But anyway, let us know when you come in the... well, no, Kane first. That was an epic comeback.
Epic comeback. He wasn't the highlight of the undercard, though.
No.
Turner's the highlight.
Turner was the best one, yeah.
That kid's going places.
Yeah. Well, no, Kane's is only because he was basically out of there. If it was like 10 seconds longer in the round, he would have been out. He was saved by the bell. And then it's the switch coming back out and then turning around that well when he was basically out of there, I think was the...
Yeah,
it's
it was
the
fantastic.
Especially... But that was a close fight.
From body punches as well. It's hard to recover from.
Yeah. But Turner's was the best.
I don't know where to go with him next, you know.
You're stuck in that bit, aren't you? Do you push him or do you let him have a little bit of go? And
you push him, but because the champions
do you want to push him? Yeah. So it's a little bit you have to watch where you go.
But he's a big lad as well. So he can move up and down through them divisions. He's got serious power.
Yeah.
Serious power.
I think, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because you've got to be like...
I'd throw him in with a good...
I think you just need to build him because he's got time.
I'd throw him in with a good top 10 next.
Probably near lower end.
Throw him in with a top 10 and because he can get a huge name for himself. There's on the quiet, there's a lot of people raving about him. He's in our boys' division, isn't he? Bam Bams. Ooshk.
Yeah, I don't think that's a fight I'd want to make it right at this moment. But I think if he goes the right way...
What do you say on comedy? Got the highest knockout percentage of any British fighter at the minute.
Oh, he's got pop.
The best KO ratio of any British fighter at the minute.
He's only had one that's gone the distance, isn't it? I think it's 13 out of 14.
Yeah, he knocked him down twice in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, look out for him.
I mean, he did look massive compared to the other guys, but yeah, just...
Well,
and he was respectful at the end, and he just said, "Yeah, it's good to get him with me."
He's huge for.
I think he can probably go up.
Yeah, I think they're still wondering what weight to put him at.
Mm-hmm.
Was he the WBA international?
I was just going to check, isn't it?
Already,
so I was trying to load up.
So good on him, great win. And you could tell that the guy he was facing was made up when the corner said, "Yeah, we'll pull you out."
Yeah, well, I think that's why he grabbed him, didn't he, and said, "Give him a round of applause as well," because it's like, that's what I like, it's the respect in it. And
they were
he was outclassed and outpowered, but he still gave him like the respect for coming in there. Yeah, he's on the WBA list at number 8, although I don't know if that's updated since yesterday.
Yeah, so he's already in the top 10. Good on him.
Who have you got in there? Yeah, you've got Bam's step too far. The load of dangerous.
Exactly. But yeah, I'd throw him in with that. Throw him in. He'll have a world title shot.
The Maloney's there, isn't it?
By the end of the year, I reckon.
Maloney.
Throw him in.
It's a good measure.
Do we? He's blasting out all these. He's a bit like Moses Atalma. He's like, where do you go from next?
That's the problem. You're in a little bit of a.
But I think one, he's like Moses. He's young enough. Even if there is a setback, he can come back.
Yeah.
And he'll learn massive amount from it. But I don't think he's going to get, because his boxing skills are really, really good when he boxes.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? You know, when people have guys have a big knockout percentage, they underestimate it.
He marks up very easy. He's got that horrible pale skin, and that you only have to touch him,
Tickle him,
and
it's
it's
like-
the boom. So he's going to have a good cut man, good guy on the old swelling plate. But no,
Because there's Cafu, there's Garcia, isn't it? They're both Bam Bam beat them. But they're tough fights.
yeah, but I think he might be
There's
ready.
Calixto, yeah, Maloney.
But look how many fights have all them had.
Yeah, quite a lot. Well, Cafu's less because that's he's about 12, 15.
Exactly. So he's the same
There's
level as
Japanese
Turner.
guys who's rated high as well, isn't it? Yeah, somebody like that's what I'm saying,
You know
innit?
what
But
I
it's
mean?
a tough fight.
But yeah, Turner's had 14
Garcia's
fights.
had about 30 fights in it. I think that's a bit too
Um,
experienced. Yeah, Calixto's 26. That's a bit more. Gonzalez is like nearly 40. Maloney's like 32.
So no, go for it,
Cafu,
mate.
type 1, somebody like that. Where is he in the rankings? Let's see where it is. Oh, man. Or go some of the ones above him in the rankings.
You can't go backwards. You need to go forwards.
Chocolatito, 57 fights. No, maybe a bit too early.
You'd learn a lot from.
Yeah, you'd learn a lot. But I think
you
need. I think
What a
that's like a
name that would
second
be.
fight. Yeah. I think you need to go one more and see, if he performs the same way and gets them out of there quick. Then a Chocolatito is a guy because you're going to learn all those little crafty
let's see
veteran
where
tricks.
Uncle Frank takes him next.
But yeah, there's plenty of them in its experience. Maloney, Calixto, Garcia, Gonzalez, that are all high level. There's the Japanese guy, but he's only had a few yet. So the Subu, and there's the
Throw him in there.
Tereji in this one as well, isn't it? The guy. There's quite a lot of good fighters.
Take off
Charlie
the
Edwards.
shackles. Charlie Edwards is relevant.
But he's in and he's just above in rankings and stuff, isn't it? So
Be a good British fight, though, to be fair, I suppose.
yeah.
But it's not going to give him that name.
It's not going to name, it's just be big turnout so you get a reasonable
Yeah.
payday and things and just momentum. Because obviously he's had 23, so it's a step up. But yeah, I mean, there's room to go. I think there's a few fights before you get to Bam's level, and Bam probably going to go up. But you got Puma Martinez, who's Bam beat Cafu, Garcia, he's beaten, and there's Jimenez, like I said, Maloney. Yeah, and if you're getting through them, you're building quite a resume, isn't it? And then you can step up.
Exactly.
And I think he's big enough to go up in weight.
Definitely.
And then bantamweight, you've got all the Japanese guys to take out, isn't it? A huge list, and some Mexicans that are quite tasty as well. Yeah, I think you're right. That's a good call. It's somebody to watch.
Definitely.
Keynes was the comeback of it. The disappointment obviously is Nick Ball, but I don't think it's disappointment from that, just disappointment from the result. I don't think performance-wise, I think it was very good.
No, performance.
My only complaint would be the one that you made. His corner at the end should have just G'd up. Instead of giving tactics, just G'd him up a little bit.
Look, but both men put everything on the line, and both men.
It's a respect to both.
It was,
I think brilliant.
A fantastic fight. It was headlined a tall order. It was a tall order.
And like I said, respect to both
super close
Brandon
fight.
Figueroa give respect both to everything, and they apologised. Robles, and they're always classy. That team.
Manny Robles is classy.
Yeah. And the team, and he said it as well. Yeah, we know it was a moment. We apologised for things. We weren't looking at that. We give massive respect. They've been brilliant, and everything else. So yeah, like I said, and to be honest, I wasn't really a fan of Figueroa. I mean, I watched. He's exciting because he just goes forward. I am now a little bit. I want to watch his fights.
I think you go off the last 3 or 4 fights, like you say, and he's been disappointing. He hasn't been.
Well, the problem for me is you sort of get underestimate the skill, because obviously one of the first videos we did on this was Schoolboy Fulton versus Inoue, and Inoue just completely outclassed him. And the only person he's been beaten by is Fulton.
Yeah, like I said,
but I think that's just the wrong style for him to fight.
If you go off his last few
and then the one fight after, which you said was disappointing as well, against Gonzalez. And then you got Fulton lost, and then Gonzalez. Yeah, he won, but it was relatively close. And this was a really good fight for them both, like I said. And then they have been things, so we shall see. It could be a rematch in Riyadh. That would be cool on the Mexico versus the World card. And then, yeah, he's got plenty of fights. Shushu, there's others already. Shushu's already called him out. Shushu calls everybody out, though. Yeah. I think he's trying to be relevant, isn't he?
Shushu is relevant.
Yeah, he is. Well, he is relevant, but like I think, he's been calling for ages, and he's trying to get in the way, trying to get him. I think this is a more relevant one because it's a unification. So I like that.
Best in the division in my eyes.
Yeah, potentially is. Yeah. Well, I think Espinosa's the best, but I think Shushu is nearly there.
He knows how to fight.
I think on experience. Well, that's a hell of a fight, isn't it? So, I think Shushu and Figueroa is, although I'd probably favour, Shushu on that. I think it's between him and Espinosa, who's the best in the division. Then probably Angelillo or Figueroa could be. And for Nick Ball, I think just get recovered, get thingy.
Look, take some time off. He's been really.
This was going to be his 4th defence, isn't it? Which is the highest, I think, since.
But he's been really busy the last 2 years. Maybe go and have a little break. It might do you the world of good. He's going to feel like his world's ended. But like I say, it's not like he's been absolutely hammered. He's in there with a multi-weight world champion, and you were in there till the very end. You got caught throwing a punch with him, and
that can happen.
That happens. He's still a handful.
Well, that's what I meant by the audience, innit? Because it was such a good performance from both guys. It would be nice to give them like the lift. I can understand. I know where you're coming from, and I know where they are. But like, it would just been a really epic ending to like a really good, because you've had twos and throws emotions of all the fights. Turner's epic performance, Kane's reversal, which nobody expected. It was just like epic. It's like, wait a minute, this is a cartoon, this is AI generated. And even this fight was 2-in and throwing because, I think Ball started better, then Figueroa's gone, then Ball's pulled it back a bit. Then it's gone the other way, then he's pulled it back again, and it's like, and a really good finish. So from disappointing from our point of view, but really good finish from Figueroa's point of view. It would have been nice to see that, but anyway, it is what it is. It was a good event.
Yeah.
Other than the spoil at the end, but yeah. So, let us know let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe as usual. Follow us on Instagram at Genuine Fake Boxing. Follow us on TikTok at Genuine Fake Boxing. Where do you see Figueroa going? Where do you see Ball going? What did you think of the audience reaction? What do you think of Kane's reversal? And where do you think Jack Turner's going? Because I think that's a good shout. He's under the... Well, I'm not sure he's under the radar because he's getting known now, but but it's still a bit of a quiet rise. Where do you see him going in that? Because, I think he's got the size to go up a bit.
If I was Frank Warren for Jack Turner, be on the phone to the Saudis and saying,
this is a guy you need to let's keep him on their thing and build him up because he's going to be really good. Capture him now, basically,
and have a look at him because they'll love him. They will love him.
Yeah. He's got all the tools to be something a bit special, and we need to get our world champion back anyway because we're down one now. We were just saying yesterday about 6. I think now we were 3rd on the list too. I think we're still 3rd though, above Japan and below Mexico. And the US. But anyway, let us know your thoughts. We shall see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching and listening.